Forget everything you thought about the new PlayStation 6. If you thought the jump from the PS4 to the PS5 was big, you might want to sit down for this. A massive new leak has just dropped detailing the specs for the PlayStation 6. And if these numbers are accurate, we're looking at a console capable of hitting 4K at 120 FPS in most games, along with a jaw-dropping leap in ray tracing performance. Oh, and did I mention we're getting a dedicated next-gen PlayStation handheld too? Let's break down exactly what's going on. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's news comes courtesy of well-known hardware leaker Moore's Law is Dead, as reported by Tech Power Up, and it paints a fascinating picture of Sony's next generation. Let's start with the big box in the living room. Currently codenamed Orion, according to the leaks, the PS6 will feature an AMD RDNA 5 GPU packing 52 to 54 compute units, running at blistering clock speeds between 2.0 and 3.6 GHz. That gives us roughly 34 to 40 teraflops of theoretical compute performance. But what does that actually mean for your games? Well, the leak claims this hardware will deliver 2.5 to 3 times the standard rasterization performance of the base PS5. That's roughly double the performance of the PS5 Pro. But the real showstopper here is ray tracing. Sony and AMD are reportedly targeting 6 to 12 times the ray tracing performance of the original PS5. My take on this is exactly what the console space needs. This generation we've constantly had to choose between fidelity mode, 30 FPS with okay ray tracing, or performance mode at 60 FPS with ray tracing turned completely off. 6 to 12 times leap means developers won't have to compromise anymore. Could legitimately be looking at an era where native 4K 120 frames per second and heavy ray tracing can coexist on console. It shows that AMD's upcoming RDNA 5 architecture is going to be a massive overhaul, finally closing the ray tracing gap with Nvidia. Now let's talk release dates. Recently, there were doom and gloom rumors circulating that the PS6 might be delayed all the way to 2029 due to global memory shortage. Well, good news. This leak shoots that down entirely. According to the reports, Sony has already secured contracts with TSMC to begin mass producing the PS6 APU as early as second quarter of 2027. Memory and fabrication contracts are locked in years in advance, so a 2029 delay is highly unlikely. However, I want to add a dash of reality here. While it might not be delayed, the leaker warns that we might see higher pricing or severe scarcity at launch due to those memory costs. Given that Sony already priced the PS5 Pro at $700 without a disk drive, I would strongly advise you to start saving now. A $600 or even $700 base price for the PS6 is looking incredibly realistic right now, which I'm also talking in American dollars, so my dollars is screwed because I think it was like $1,200 for the PS5 Pro. Finally, let's talk about the other huge reveal in this leak. Sony isn't just making a home console, they're launching a standalone PlayStation handheld alongside it, codenamed Canis. This isn't a streaming device like the PlayStation Portal, this is a dedicated native handheld machine. The leak claims it will be powered by a 15-watt AMD APU featuring 4 Zen 6C cores and a 16 RDNA 5 compute units, paired with fast LPDDR5X memory. It's allegedly targeting native 1080p gameplay with a massive power boost when docked to your TV. Craziest part? The leaker claims this tiny handheld will have vastly better ray tracing than the current PS5. This is Sony finally listening to the fans. We've been begging for a true successor to the Vita for over a decade. With the massive success of Steam Deck, Sony realizes they can't ignore the premium handheld market anymore. Having a device that natively plays your PlayStation library on the go with next-gen AMD architecture inside of it could be a total game changer. I want to pass the question off to you guys. Do you think a 6 to 12 times ray tracing leap is actually possible for a console? And how much would you be willing to pay for a PS6 handheld? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for any notifications for more next-gen gaming news, and I'll see you in the next one.